I mean, I think anyone who has a startup is an optimist. So it's a bit of a trick question. I think I'm optimistic about us being able to achieve that. I think there's going to be lots of challenges in the way for humans to be able to get to that length. I think there's going to be needs to be a lot of cooperation, and I think there is. We're going in that direction, but I don't think that exact. I don't think we're exactly there yet. Uh, in terms of the steel industry, I think that the steel industry is working increasingly together, especially when it comes to climate change. And I think we have a very good chance in that industry to become net zero by that time. I think out of COP26, a couple of countries, including the UK, uh, basically signed an agreement to make steel that has a lower carbon impact and has agreed to have basically to make a 2030 target ahead of 2050 in the next by they want to make that target clear by mid 2022. So by mid next year, UK, India, and a few other countries want to declare how they're going to work towards this target. So I think that accountability within the community, within the community of steel producers, I think is going to be very key towards 2050 being possible. If not for every single industry in the world, I think some are going to be able to achieve it. And if we can do it in the most critical and the most polluting industries, then I think we're on the way to making a big change.
When you look forward to the world that your kids and maybe even your grandkids are going to be living in 2050, have you got any vision in your head about how the world might be different? You know, some people see that there might be more forests. You know, if you've got any vision about that, what I'm very compelled to see is that people who talk a lot about reducing carbon emissions also talk a lot about improving everything across the SDGs, so improving access to clean water, having better education, better jobs, and that kind of thing. Don't know if is there anything in your mind that stands out as, man, I hope we get to this point by 2050.
Yeah, I mean, so I also teach. So for me, a big part of life is education and having accessibility to that. So by 2050, I want to see a world where every girl and boy who wants education, or maybe yeah, every girl and boy who wants education, and every girl and boy should be able to be exposed to the opportunity to be educated and make a decision for themselves based upon that should get it. And a world where you have many educated people. I mean, human beings we're pretty smart overall, and I think having more smart people on deck to solve big problems is going to be crucial. You know, we can't wait for one part of the world to be feeding the solutions to everyone else, and so I think people making indigenous solutions for their own problems is going to be really important. And so I think I'd love to see more of that. We're going to be able to see a really wide breadth of creativity, which is going to be exciting. And from the standpoint of deep meta, we definitely see a world where by that time, steel plants are far more efficient. We're integrated into every single steel mill. It's we're like a non-question, just goes without saying. But we want to transition from being a company that detects defects on the production line to be one where we're providing information about the flow of steel throughout the supply chain. And because steel is used so ubiquitously in society, there can be a lot of information that can be derived from its flow in various aspects of the economy, which will be really good information for decision makers in facilitating a truly circular economy. And one example of that is in construction, which I think is it's a pretty exciting opportunity for us.